Hey everyone, look, we get it. Privacy settings aren't exactly the most thrilling way to spend an evening. It's like flossing for your data. Boring, right? But here's the thing, it's important, like really important. In this digital age, our lives are increasingly online. We shop, we bank, we socialize, we even date through apps. And all that activity, it creates a digital footprint, a big juicy footprint that companies are very interested in. Think of it like this, your data is valuable. It's the currency you use to pay for free apps and services. But sometimes it feels like we're handing over our entire wallets for a pack of gum. That's where understanding and controlling your privacy settings comes in. It's about deciding how much of that digital gum you're willing to pay. We often skip through terms and conditions, not realizing what we're agreeing to. And then we're surprised when our data is used in ways we didn't expect. Simple steps like using a VPN or enabling two-factor authentication can make a big difference. Taking control of your privacy settings can give you peace of mind. It's about being informed and making choices that work for you. So, take a few minutes to review your settings. It's worth it, because in the end, your data is your story. Make sure you're the one writing it. Thanks for watching, and stay safe online. Okay, let's talk Google Play. It's the app store for Android, meaning almost all of us use it. And like any good digital platform, it collects data. We're talking about information like what apps you download, what you search for, even how long you spend playing Candy Crush. Don't worry, your secret's safe with us. This information helps Google personalize your experience, suggest new apps, and of course, make money through targeted advertising. Now, some data collection is expected. It's how these services function. But it's important to know what's being collected and how it's being used. Because, let's be honest, sometimes it feels like Google knows more about us than our own families. And that can be a little creepy. Don't worry, this isn't all doom and gloom. You have more control over your data than you might think. Google Play offers a range of privacy settings that act like a digital shield, protecting your information from being shared willy-nilly. These settings let you control things like app permissions. Do you really want that flashlight app accessing your microphone? Ad personalization, because seriously, who needs ads for cat toys when you're allergic? And data sharing with third parties. It's like having a digital bouncer for your personal information. And trust us, this bouncer doesn't take bribes. But John, you might be thinking, updating privacy settings sounds about as fun as watching paint dry. Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to make it shockingly easy. First, open the Google Play Store on your device. See that little profile icon in the corner? Tap it. Now, look for the settings option. It's usually near the top, next to something equally riveting like help and feedback. Tap that and bam! You've entered the magical realm of privacy settings. From here, you can explore different categories like data and personalization, app download preference, and play protect. Each category has a bunch of options you can toggle on or off depending on your comfort level. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's all about what feels right for you. Section 5, Recent Google Play Privacy Updates. They did what now? Now we know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, John, but hasn't Google changed its privacy policies a million times? And you're not wrong. Google does like to tweak things. It's almost like a hobby for them. It's like they're constantly rearranging the furniture in their digital house and we're left stumbling around in the dark. One moment you think you know where everything is, and the next you're bumping into virtual walls. Recently, Google has been pushing for more transparency and user control. This isn't just a minor tweak. It's a significant shift in how they handle user data. They've introduced features like a privacy checkup that walks you through your settings. This tool is designed to make it easier for you to understand what data you're sharing and with whom, and a data safety section that tells you what information apps collect and why. This section is particularly useful because it breaks down complex data policies into simple, understandable terms. But here's the thing, even with these updates, it's still important to stay informed and regularly review your settings. Just because Google is making strides doesn't mean you can set it and forget it. Because the digital landscape is constantly evolving, and what works today might not be sufficient tomorrow. New apps, new updates, and new policies are always on the horizon. And so are the ways companies collect and use your data. It's a continuous game of cat and mouse, with companies finding new ways to gather information and users finding new ways to protect it. It's a jungle out there, people. Navigating through the myriad of settings, updates, and policies can feel overwhelming. But with a little effort and vigilance, you can take control of your digital privacy. So take a moment to explore these new features. Dive into the privacy checkup, scrutinize the data safety section, and make sure you're comfortable with what you're sharing. After all, it's your data, and you have the right to know how it's being used. Stay informed, stay secure, and remember, in the ever-changing world of digital privacy, knowledge is power. Until next time, keep your data safe and your mind at ease. Section 6. The risks of ignoring privacy. You could be data dinner. We're not trying to be alarmist here, but ignoring your privacy settings is a bit like leaving your front door unlocked and hoping for the best. Imagine going to bed every night with your front door wide open, trusting that no one will take advantage of the situation. It sounds absurd, right? Yet that's exactly what you're doing when you neglect your online privacy. Sure, nothing bad might happen. You might go days, weeks, or even months without any noticeable issues. You might even start to think that all the warnings about online privacy are overblown. Or you might wake up to find that someone has eaten all your cookies and replaced them with kale chips. And nobody wants that. It's a small but vivid example of how things can go wrong when you least expect it. Your personal data is like those cookies, valuable and desirable. When you don't manage your privacy settings, you're essentially giving companies free rein to collect and use your data however they see fit. They can track your browsing habits, your shopping preferences, and even your location. All this information is like gold to them. This could mean more targeted advertising, which, let's be honest, can be creepy. And it doesn't stop there. These ads can follow you around the internet, popping up in the most unexpected places, making you feel like you're being watched. But it could also have more serious consequences. Data breaches are becoming more common, and the fallout can be devastating. Identity theft, financial loss, and even emotional distress are just a few of the potential risks. Your data could be sold to third-party companies you've never even heard of, and these companies might not have your best interests at heart. They could use your data in ways that you never intended or agreed to, or it could be used to manipulate your online experience in ways you're not comfortable with. Remember Cambridge Analytica? Yeah, that was fun. Let's not repeat that. The scandal showed us just how easily our data can be weaponized against us, influencing our decisions and even our beliefs. So take control of your privacy settings. It's not just about avoiding creepy ads, it's about protecting your digital self from becoming data dinner. Section 7. The power of saying no to data goblins. The good news is, you don't have to be a tech wizard to protect your privacy. It's about taking small steps and making conscious choices about your data. Think of it like this. Every time you adjust a privacy setting, you're essentially saying no to the data goblins. You're telling those greedy little creatures that your information is valuable and you're not just going to hand it over without a fight. It's empowering. Section 8. Taking control. It's your data, not a free-for-all buffet. Here's the bottom line. Your data is yours. It's not some free-for-all buffet for tech companies to gorge themselves on. You have the right to control who has access to it and how it's used. Taking control of your privacy settings isn't about becoming a digital hermit. It's about being informed, making conscious choices, and setting boundaries. It's about demanding that companies respect your privacy and treat your data with the care it deserves. Section 9. Update now. Seriously, go do it. We'll wait. So what are you waiting for? Go forth and update those Google Play privacy settings. We'll be here when you get back, ready to tackle the next digital beast. Because in the fight for online privacy, knowledge is power, and a little bit of skepticism goes a long way. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have some data goblins to fight.